I will now proceed to our to the next, okay? Here. So, tip number 5, okay? It's very important, okay? If you own a hospital, if you're managing one, kailangan hong maintindihan ninyo ito. Changing leaders leads to operational delay. Okay? This is a little bit common sense, but it's very important that you need to understand this concept because Philhealth has been changing leaders quite frequent. Okay? So very important that you know who is leading Philhealth. Okay? At the same time, you need to understand who should run Philhealth as a financing institution. Because it's all about money. Okay? Now, I want you to recall, okay, during the time of President Duterte, how many times did Philhealth change leaders? Okay, I'm talking here of the Philhealth president. Ilang beses po sila nagpalit? Hindi ba sobrang dami? Okay? I will not enumerate the names. But I hope naalala ninyo or I hope you know. Because every time they change leaders, it creates an impact sa operation nila. Okay? So, how many times did they change leaders? That's the question. The next question is this. Part of talking about leaders, yun bang BOD yung board of directors nila? Are they really competent? So how often do they change the board of directors? Okay? Now every time there is this change in the leadership, again, it affects the entire operation. Kahit lang ho yung pag-transfer ng mga senior vice presidents nila, it basically has a direct impact on Philhealth operation. And by saying that, it basically eventually affects yung payment ninyo. Okay? So that basically will have an impact, okay, kung meron bang payment sa bangko ninyo. So it's very important na maintindihan ninyo. Okay? Now, if there's this consistency or if they keep on changing leaders, now, I'm not saying that they should not change leaders. What I'm trying to say, if they frequently change leaders because of some in-house fighting or because of some internal issues inside, now that is a bigger problem. Okay? So, if you keep on changing the leaders, ganito yun. Expect inconsistency in policy implementation. Yung mga policy ho na pinapa-implement, okay, babaguhin. If the incumbent or if the new leadership, okay, does not believe on the previous policy that was implemented. Next, okay, definitely there's delay reimbursement. Okay? Because nobody, when there's no leader in his right mind, will release what? 1 billion or so pesos or hundreds of millions of pesos for the release of payment for the following. Okay? So I'm not saying na yan lang ho, okay? But there is an indirect or probably a direct impact on reimbursement. And there's this sense of uncertainty and there's this sense of instability. Okay? When the leadership of an organization, okay, especially an organization wherein your revenue, okay, is anchored on, if they keep on changing their leadership, definitely there is uncertainty. Matatakot ho kayo. Ano ba ito? Panay palit ng leader. Okay? Because every time you change leader, there's really an instability there. Okay? When you change the leadership, okay, there's movement sa ilalim. They will bring in their people, they will bring in their additional staff, okay? Some of the current staff which is associated with the previous leader will be transferred somewhere else, and it creates a lot of movement sa organization and it disrupts the operation. and eventually delays the payment. And with so many, with continuous or frequent movement of leaders in an organization, expect, okay, deterioration of relationship and trust. Okay? So if your revenue is anchored on an organization na panay palit ng leadership, okay? Definitely matatakot ho kayo. Okay? And it will basically affect, okay, or deteriorate the relationship. Okay? Now, a lot of this is quite common sense. But you need to understand, okay? Kung 50% ho ng revenue ng hospital ninyo ay anchored ho sa unstable na organization, might as well, okay, diversify. Look for some ways of earning money. That is what I tell my clients. Okay? Kasi pag pinag-aralan ho ninyo, ilang beses ho sila nagpalit ng presidente, okay, is a little bit scary. Now, you have a financial institution, okay? Here's my personal opinion. Who is best equipped to run a financial institution? Now, when you say best equipped, okay, probably it's either administrative function or the function of the entire organization, whatever it is. But logic will tell you this. You have a financial institution, okay? Because Philhealth is a financial institution, okay? Who is the best fit that should run it? Number one, okay? Do you think a doctor, a clinician is the best fit to run a financial institution? If you agree, type number 1. If you disagree, type number 2. Okay? Question. Philhealth as a financial institution. Okay? Ang doktor ba ang tamang magpatakbo ng Philhealth? 1. Type number 1. If yes, 2. A big number 2. I agree. Okay? Ako sa experience ko, when a doctor, no offense to the doctors who were previous presidents of Philhealth, okay? If the president is purely clinician, okay? Most of the time, in my experience, it's tragic. Okay? It's tragic ho talaga. Because the clinician was not trained to do it. Okay? So, the next question is this. In a financial institution, okay, is it a best fit for a military person to run a financial institution? Or, okay, you have, or something similar, di ba? So, it's a little bit scary, okay? And again, that's my personal opinion. Now, so, my point here is this, okay? You need to be very mindful kung ano hong meron sa loob. Hindi ho pwedeng wala ho kayong pakialam. Kasi ho yung revenue nyo is anchored doon. Okay? So, aside from changing of the leaders, you need to understand, okay, who runs it inside. Okay?